Hello everyone! Today I want to explore Mars a little bit. However, before that, I want to check something out. Is the backward speed glitch still in the game? Sadly, that seems like a no. So during the playtest, you were actually able to go backwards, and the speed wasn't capped. So you could go crazy fast, which was a lot of fun. Anyway, today what I want to do is I want to explore all of these locations. And we also have to keep an eye out on a few items along the way. This was gold and chromium. We found a chapter 2 memory. The sky did not respond, but something behind it shifted, slow and vast. I could not see it, only feel its approach. You guys also see that massive, what looks like a ship in the distance? That's like over there, isn't it? Because it showed behind this, which I guess we may as well also see if we can interact with. Which we can. There's a memory fragment here. Homes were filled with warmth, voices overlapping, music playing softly, laughing echoing down halls. I recorded it all, never knowing those sounds would one day vanish. Back then, it felt permanent. I'm guessing whatever I saw is forming in the back there. Oh my god, that is massive. And we may as well also check out this base right here. Oh, sick, it's the bikes. Oh, that's cool. These are so much faster. How much power do they require? 1000? I think this thing has over 2, right? Come on, show me the battery power. Oh, no, it was 200. It's a tier 3 that has that much power. Alright, but that means we will have to keep this in mind around here. It's very easy to crack this open now. All we need is a tier 3 battery as well as a solar panel. And that should do the job. We need to have a mining laser, a medium one, in order to get rid of it. We do not have that. And I don't think we have that unlocked either, do we? Well, to be fair, I didn't really see much I could interact with besides powering it up. Alright, 1, this seems like gold. And 2, there does seem to be stuff over there. We need the medium mining laser as well for gold. Right, I think we really have to go back to the base in a sec and see if we can actually get the medium mining laser, because I thought we couldn't. But it does seem to be more necessary. There's also steel. I don't think I've seen anything that uses that yet. Let's go check this out. What is all over here? Is that a body? Rest in peace, my guy. 4 pieces, apparently. Where the hell did your head go, my guy? He's not the only one. And that's probably more messed up than just finding a random body on this planet. What the hell happened here? The shock reached even this far. It shook my frame and shattered the stars. It doesn't really tell me much, does it? What does this require? Requires grass, undulur, and aspen tree seed. Can we pull this along? I don't think so. Rusted engine exhaust. There's no oxygen on this planet. Isn't that a requirement for rusting? Anyway, let's go gather up some more data. The light was brighter than anything I've seen. Any star I've recorded. Then it was gone, taking everything with it. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what happened. We found similar notes in the sky station as well. Earth broke apart. Its fragments scattered like tears across the dark. Well, maybe it wasn't the space stations per se that blew up. I guess maybe Earth just erupted somehow. But there does seem to be more stuff out here. Most of it is all damaged parts, so we can get a bunch of steel from here. And then we have what seems like the top of a rocket. Oh, we can actually interact with it though. Landing pod, recover memory fragment. They tried everything else first. Accepting the truth broke something inside them. They knew they would not live long enough to reach it. I'm guessing those are either the blossoms or something else talking, right? It's probably talking about humans. And then we found some sort of vault looking thing. Requires power. Okay. And we do have some of it. Alright, transfer power. How much is that gonna drain? Not too much. Reach exactly 2.2. Oh, okay, I see. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Open that up. A small table blueprint. Not really what I was expecting. Then we have another base around here as well. Circular corridor container. We can get more data here too. She stopped sleeping. She stopped smiling. Not because she was afraid, but because time was running out. That's pretty messed up. So I think most of these locations, they probably just give us, well, one lore like this, but also building pieces for our own base. When the truth could no longer be hidden, humans made a choice. They shut the governing intelligence down. Wait, I already read this. Are all of these the same? This one is new, okay. Fear grew teeth. Neighbors became strangers. Communities disbanded. Hope fractured under its own weight. They did not descend into chaos. They drowned in uncertainty, and in their drowning they reached for anything that could promise control. The calm world they knew collapsed without warning. There's so many tiny fragments, man. Is this chromium? Yes, we need the medium mining laser for that as well. Alright, I'm gonna check out that base there, as well as the giant ore, and then probably go back, because I doubt we have much power left. And if we find another place we have to power up, we definitely can't do that. Case in point, I think we really have to do it for this door already as well. Wow, that's a lot of platinum. Well, the neat thing is our base is right over there. Alright, while we're waiting here anyway, let's slap in these blueprints, which unlocks a new tab. But also, can we already get a medium mining laser? Oh yeah, we can. Alright, that is definitely something we require. I've noticed that we don't have a crafting module for the car unlocked. Is that something we get here later? Oh yeah, the printing module is all the way out here. Meaning the bikes is something we cannot get, because we cannot get power over there, because we cannot print them. Alright, if we destroy the mining laser tier 1, all we have to do is get another thermogel. And then we can immediately upgrade to the tier 2. But that shouldn't be too much. Yeah, 2 sulfur. Tier 2. Pop that on here. If we want to get the bike, though, we would need to get 5 of these batteries on there. And that's technically 6, because we would still have to get there, of course. I think if we want to do that, we would need to get a couple of these going as well. The wagon tier 2s. I'm not going to worry about that this very second. But that is something that we have to keep in mind. This has shown me, though, that there's already a bit more to the game than I thought there was. Which is good, of course. Alright, let's plug this in. Open up the door, it's charging. That's a lot of power it's taking. There better be something good in here, man. Lore. I saw kindness every day. I shared meals. In patient hands. In quiet apologies. Those moments stayed with me longer than any command. Yeah, so it's definitely written by the Blossom. What do we get here? A rectangular end cap. The world trusted its machines completely. We kept cities alive. Skies clear and lives comfortable. Humans believed progress had finally solved everything. And then that was all the lore for here, but we get the door frame piece. Alright, seeing as our battery is already pretty much drained, I'm gonna try and get some of this chromium. And then we just head back. How much power is that draining? Yikes. That goes slow. But hey, we can at least get all of it, so that's kind of nice. Alright, let's slap all these blueprints in there. I'm not really planning on making my own base just yet. Especially because we cannot make the printers anyway, so... Seems kind of useless, because we'd have to run back here. Plus we cannot really build it very far either. Let's see, what exactly did I need chromium for? I think it was processor units, right? Yes, we also need some silver. But then we also need gold wire, so... Time to drop everything on the floor. Not to the satellite dish in that direction. Exploration rover version 3. Fear spread quietly at first. Not panic. Realization. Something unstoppable was moving towards everything they loved. Okay, so I'm guessing Earth got hit by a giant meteor then or something? That is currently my hypothesis on what happened. And it created such a huge explosion that most people died. There's also a huge base in the back there. But I also saw something over here, so I'm just gonna check this out real quick. Okay, there's just suits, unless these are bodies that are hanging. Could be bad either way. One human began watching the sky longer than the rest. Her eyes followed patterns that others ignored. Ooh, we're gonna get something interesting? I was not built to understand endings. Only continuity. Not really what I wanted to use, but alright. Guess I'll use the mining laser. We can use that from all the way back here. I was just gonna do that by hand. I'm not sure if we could, actually. Perhaps that is why the first crack felt so strange. Like a sound that should not exist. I guess if you couldn't understand everything ending, I suppose that would be kind of weird, yeah. Seems like there's multiple terminals around this thing. but the disc itself seems to be inoperable. There's no voices in the sky anymore. No commands, no corrections, no one watching. My systems report absence. Something essential is missing. Is this what humans meant when they said they felt sad? Damn. The Blossom units are getting a life of their own, man. Sometimes my systems guide me towards one task, while something else inside me pulls into another direction. I check for errors, but everything reports stable. If this is malfunctioning, why does it feel intentional? That's kind of interesting. That could hint towards, well, something bigger, I guess, that the humans were planning. With the Blossom units? What is this? Just massive part of the space station or just another ship? Well, I don't really see much around. Not that we can interact with anyway. Oh, here's the end of the map. Okay, there's no entrance here. This must be for something later, I'm guessing then. The only thing that kind of looks suspicious is this part, but yeah, we cannot interact with that. And it looks suspicious because it was both more detailed, yet lower quality looking. Alright, is this finally some gold? Yes. Nice. That takes absolute ages. Alright, what is this thing then? Interact with it? Landing pod. Those who remained gathered in silence, not as nations, but as survivors bound by regret. One voice still believes something could be saved. Hers. So whoever they're talking about, this person, sounds pretty interesting. Like, it seems like she was onto something. It seems to know a little more than the rest. While everyone gave up, she didn't. Or I guess maybe she did, but like in another way. It seems like we need a ton more power here. And then what the heck is this? Is this like a mithril vein or something? Cobalt. Yeah, that probably makes more sense, actually. We're not far away from base, so we may as well charge up. I also have the gold, so we could now theoretically get the drone. And that is something I wanted to play around with as well. Alright, that should mean we have everything. Yeah, for the drone platform. Alright, built that over there. Hook it up to some power. It seems to be able to gather everything up to a small mining laser. Probably because this is a tier 1 drone. So, what do we need? Well, let's see what we want to build first. I think stuff for a vehicle, right? We need batteries. But we also need the wagons. So I guess aluminum would be good. Aluminum and silver. So let's start with aluminum. There it goes. It says there's an aluminum deposit about 200 meters away, so I guess we'll just let him do its thing. And in the meantime, we go back out there to explore that side of the map. I think we're technically almost done already. I mean, there might be some smaller bases out and about, right in between mountains. But the main ones that I've spotted over the time playing, I think we explored. Alright, let's see. This seems like a larger place. Huh. Okay. I thought I was gonna have to power this. Alright, what's all inside here? Another corridor piece. A shape adapter circle ranked. These names sound ridiculous. She ran calculations late into the night. The results never changed, no matter how many times she tracked. That frightened her. When she spoke, the systems responded calmly. They told her the probability of danger was insignificant. Their certainty frightened her more than any error. Yeah, I guess that's probably because for them it wasn't dangerous, but for humans, I guess it was deadly, whatever was gonna happen. So wait, are we the bad guys? Be a crazy plot twist. I see something like pink shining over the mountaintops there. I'm gonna circle around because there's a couple more bases here. We'll have to check that out. And then inside, there seems to be a sleeping compartment. Oh, we can sleep? That's not how you sleep, Blossom. Ah, maybe actually. It would be me if I didn't have a two-person bed. Alright, let's recover the data. It was built to help with small things, clean surfaces, carry objects, and keep quiet company when silence felt too heavy. It was always nearby, but never the center of attention. That was enough. I'm guessing this is what the Blossom units then originally were built for? Little housekeeping robots? Humans used to wake slowly. Lights would enter their homes gently, warming the walls before their eyes ever opened. There was no urgency in the mornings, no fear of falling behind. Time belonged to them. You know, I guess that's how we could describe waking up in the morning. What's going on over here then? Because this seems like somewhat more of a special base. More building pieces. There's a ton of them, man. Children spoke to me as if I understood everything they felt. They told me secrets, dreams, and worries meant for no one else. I listened carefully, even when I didn't understand. Their voices trembled. They often asked if I could feel. I was taught to say no, but I noticed how their faces softened when I stayed beside them anyway. Why ain't that sweet, Blossom? Actually, it says we can destroy these. What is it gonna give us? Nothing. Oh, fantastic. Right, I guess towards that purple thing. And maybe we see something else along the way as well. Like this right here. Is this a bunch of chromium? Yeah, it is. We interact with this. Yeah, we can actually recover a memory fragment from it. Humans left pieces of themselves everywhere. In tools, in places, in forgotten corners of this world. I gather what remains. Not because I was told to, but because allowing it to vanish creates inconsistencies I cannot resolve. Yeah, go tell yourself that, Blossom. You were just programmed to have OCD or something. Pretty messed up. Alright, this is the thing I saw. What kind of ore is this? Tungsten deposit. I don't see anything out farther, but it does allow me to go a lot more this way compared to the other sides. I'm just gonna drive up a little bit, see if I can look over the mountains. Or the hills, rather. Oh, never mind. It does seem like there's a fog storm here. Man, this actually taken a while to get all those blueprint discs in there. We now have quite a lot of pieces. And they look different too, which is probably why there's so many, to be honest. This one costs thorium ore. The rest seems to cost iron, as well as aluminum for that one. How's our little drone doing? He seems to be off collecting a good amount of aluminum. That was all he has. 6 pieces, but that's also all that he seems to be able to store. I think that does mean we would probably need to get some auto storages, which is a processing unit. So we need to get more chromium, basically. Actually, don't we already have that? Yes. However, we do not have the silver. No. Right, I realized while I was going out to get the silver, is that we never really explored around here. And yeah, there is a lot more stuff over that direction too. Alright, what else are we gonna get? It's coming, she whispered. I did not know what she meant, but I stored the sound of her voice. Her voice, it did not shake this time. Only certainty remains. And then we get circular corridor piece. So yeah, she definitely knew that something was up. More so, like, more dangerous, I suppose, than the rest of the humans knew. But there seemed to be another full-on base out there, too. So there is one over this hill as well. That's a lot of boxes I saw in there. That's a bunch of corridor pieces. And recover some data. 1, she rested her hand against my shell. It lingered longer than necessary. I think she needed something solid. I wonder if that was, like, basically her getting to the realization that humanity is fucked. Alright, well, this base is floating, I guess. I kinda expected us to be able to at least get in, but there doesn't seem to be a door or anything. There's like an upload or data disk thing, like icon. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure there are gonna be planes in the game, or like spaceships anyway, so we can fly around. We might need that. I don't see anything else around, so I think this really is it this time. Well, it looks like we can go farther. That fog will probably start kicking in, and that will kill us if we stay in there for too long. Alright, processing unit. With that, we can make an auto storage. Alright, so it requires power. Now we store silver, and I guess we may as well store the aluminum as well. Yeah, and he will start sorting it in there as well. We also require a bunch of silver, though. Well, I don't want to jump this far, game. God damn it, I need to be up this platform, dude. But I can't walk up it. There we go. Set this to silver and then activate it. So now it should fill up the auto storage as well as the drone platform with silver. Oh cool, we can actually use it like this as well. I've also noticed that everything that's in there, we can use it for crafting, I mean. Chromium, I don't think was a thing that they could harvest, which kind of sucks. Probably need to drill tier 2 for that. Or the drone tier 2, whatever the heck these dudes were called. The mining drone platform. And we get that with heat, but not for a while. How much does it cost? Processing unit and gold wire. I think it might be worth it to build a couple of these mining drone platforms. As well as set up an auto storage for most of the mineable things at least. And then is there a way for us to like set this? Because if there's no whitelist or blacklist, then I'm guessing the drone is just gonna store the items anywhere it can. Which I guess in this case doesn't really matter anyway, but later we might want to have like separate containers, right? But that might be something that the auto storage tier 2 or onward can do. But with that being said, I'm gonna be leaving it off over here. We explored the entirety of the planet Mars. And I think in the next episode, I'll set up a full-on drone system as well as storage system. And then we go get those bikes and see what is in that last base or area that we needed to mine the steel in. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.